Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den podcast. On this episode, we have my buddy that I've known for a long time, D. D was actually on the original. When I first bought this equipment and wanted to start a podcast, like in 2015, he was on the original ones I recorded, never been released. I don't know. I might cut some stuff and release it. But anyways, on that original podcast, actually it recently happened. He tells us the webcam story where basically his mom was doing some multi-level marketing, had people at the house, had D on the webcam, and D basically exposed himself to his entire family and everybody from church and everybody his mom knew. And then a more current story details us about, so he was trying to get with this girl for a very long time, finally has his opportunity with her, and then things happen, there's urine involved. We hear about that story. It's about D learning how to drink. He's always been more of a smoker, but we always been kind of heavy drinkers, so when he would drink too much, things would get a little bit out of control. Anyways, so D did live with some buddies in New Orleans for a few years. Remember Katrina? Katrina called FEMA. So during the Katrina time, they went down there because there was a lot of work opportunities. So there was a lot of reconstruction, rebuilding, and he was down there. So he tells us a few jobs, a few times about, actually he was arrested twice, right? The first time he got arrested and beat up by the New Orleans Police Department, like Rodney King style, how they locked him up for 2 weeks. They threatened him. So it's a pretty interesting story. And then how he got arrested the second time, right, when some cops showed up to his house, guns drawn, and ended up, I think maybe a few months, maybe 6 months in there in a tent jail because they were overcrowded. They had too many people. And he actually tells us how he lost his hair in jail, right, while he was playing spades. He became bald in jail. And about this girl, about a friend of him who was, he was the girl who everybody in the crew kind of got with, but one of the guys decided to make her his girlfriend, and she came down to New Orleans, and she was started pimping her, right? So while the guy was there, and they are ended up getting married. So that's a pretty interesting story about. So yeah, check out, stay safe out there, wash your hands, and check out the Rona Den, stupid ass Rona, the Lobo Den podcast.
Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. 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 It's the Lobo Den.
Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den podcast. I'm recording here today with a buddy of mine I've known for years, D. What's up, D?
What's up?
What's he? So, man, D's always had a bunch of stories. Actually, the first podcast, remember a few years ago when I bought this equipment? So I bought this online podcast equipment a few years ago, and we're going to record a podcast, but then, I never released it. And that one is one of the stories. That's when your mom was doing, what was it? It was, some multi-level marketing thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's a story.
That was a good one.
That's the one we had on there. It never released. So on that one is, what happened with that one? Your mom was doing something like, what was it? Do you remember what it was? I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. You know what? It's not as vivid as it was originally in the story. I'm sure it was a lot more detailed at first. Yeah, I remember this is when you were just an aspiring
that's what
podcast. What do you call it? You were aspiring to have your own podcast.
I aspired, but I never released any of those. 2015, I think, is when it happened.
And then you made up your mind, said, I'm going to go get some mics. I'm going to go get some stuff. I'm going to try this stuff out.
Never released them. They're on SoundCloud somewhere or something like that.
Actually, I think I got a copy of it.
You might have a copy of that one.
To it.
So, man, that one was your mom. All right, so your mom was doing, so they were selling something. Was it Tupperware? What the hell? I don't remember what they were selling.
No, it wasn't Tupperware. It was, it's what was it? Like a life, kind of like a life coach type thing.
Okay.
But without the coach. It was just like, what the hell was it? I don't know.
I don't remember. It was something, right?
It's just kind of like help you to organize all your shit, get your finances in order, all different aspects, and kind of what to do, just kind of some knowledge on how to get all your ducks in a row.
Okay.
And kind of have some sort of game plan instead of just winging it like everyone does. Just pay their bills and whatever extra money you got to do this. So it was just kind of a, so you pay for this membership. It was just for the knowledge of, whatever. And
How to
networking.
Get your shit together. Networking, probably personal finance, probably
all
like
of that stuff.
Maybe some Eat the Frog type of. I finally read that book,
or
most
right?
of it. Yeah, Eat the Frog,
Okay.
or Eat That Frog. If people don't know, Eat That Frog is this book where it's a way of you kind of like.
It's a book on procrastination.
Yep, exactly.
And how to stop that if this is one of the issues that you have hindering you from progressing in life. If you notice, in order to notice this, you have to be a person that does self-reflection and to realize this is something that you need to read in the first place. But it is a real good book. It helped me out for a while. I kind of fell back, and now I'm kind of.
But you were doing a lot of doing a lot of shit. That one when you read that book, you were doing a lot.
Yeah, I was doing the most. I
Me
need to
too.
read it again. Look, I need to read it again.
What people don't know, this is what basically Eat the Frog or Eat That Frog is. It's telling you like, hey, when you get up, the first thing you want to do is eat the frog. So do the hardest thing first or something.
Mm-hmm.
That way, because otherwise people be like, oh, you keep putting things inside. So it's saying like,
you're trying to make excuses for why you get all the little easy shit done. Do what you don't want to do the most first.
Yeah.
Get that out the way, then the rest of your day is a breeze.
Yeah, it's
versus doing all the little bitty things and then finding an excuse at the end of the day why you didn't do the most important thing and you didn't do it because you didn't want to do it.
Yeah, and you keep pushing it and you keep pushing it to the side. So your mom.
So she was in this program, and she had been telling me for a while, you need to check this out. You need to check it out. I think it'd be really good if anything, even if you don't want to join, and trying to get people to join just for the information for yourself. Mm-hmm. Try this out. And I would name the company that she was doing this for, but seeing as where this story goes, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a little vague.
Uh-huh.
But so she had invited me to a webinar. It was called.
Uh-huh.
And this was here. What she tells me, all right, well, Poppy, just check it out. If you can get on at this time, like your sister, your grandma, everyone's going to be on. I got, people from, the church and people from my job. It's going to be a whole bunch of people on, so just here, check it out. So, the things that I've told you about it and the questions that you've asked me, I only have so much knowledge that I've answered, but I think you'll get a lot of insight, a lot more understanding after watching this or being involved with this. So I say, okay. Now when the day comes up for this to happen, it totally slipped my mind. I totally forgot about it. Yeah, she told me about it 12 times. She told me about it 12 times up until the date. And it doesn't matter. It's not really a separation of days for me. It just seems like one long day. So if you don't remind me 24 hours in advance, I'm not going to remember. Okay. Or it's not likely. And you know how much weed I smoke. So. Damn, well, I guess that rules out letting Mom Dukes or Pop or anybody else hearing this podcast. Well,
weed's legal now in Illinois, right?
It is, but
is she still it's still looked down upon?
Stigmatized.
Still stigmatized, right? It's like it's legal now. All right, so then.
But okay, so I get on this. So I forget about it the day of. I'm pulling up to my sister's house to check on my niece and nephews. And when I pull up, my sister had called me and said, "Hey, are you on the little podcast with Mom Dukes or whatever?" Actually, no, I'm lying. No, I'm not lying. I'm
forgetting something.
I forgot. No, okay, no. She had called me about 4 hours prior to it to remind me of it. So this actually was my intentions of going over there. I had forgotten.
She had people at the house, right?
Yeah. Sort of, not at this point.
Okay.
Because when I got there, we had set up this time, okay, I'll be there. She said she'd have it on and this. I get there and she's not even home.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So she's not even there. So I get a call from Mom Dukes, 10 minutes into it, whatever, like, hey, all right, yeah, let me figure this out. So I go ahead and I pull it up on my phone. Am I getting out of the range?
No, I was just messing with my thing.
Okay, so
you're good.
So I pull it up on my phone, and much like when you do a video call with anything else, you'll have the main screen where you see them, and then you see the little screen with yourself. So when I first enter this, I see like 32 different little boxes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then when it says to enter, once I've entered, now I just see the same screen that everyone else sees.
Okay.
You know, so during this, you know, I'm active the first 10 minutes or whatever. You know, I had chimed in and checked in, let them know, you know, here. Oh, you know, whatever from here.
Yeah. I could cut it. It don't matter. I could cut that part.
And so I've checked in. They know I'm there. I'm watching. And at this point, you know, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, and my stomach is rumbling. You know, I know I can see this screen. I see it. It's cool. Nothing's going on. You know, and cool. I take this to the bathroom. You know, so I center the camera, you know, ever so slightly to where I can see it. I lean it up against the mirror. And oh, my stomach is going.
What'd you eat, dude?
I don't recall. This is fucking 2-3 years ago. But man, so I'm sitting there and I'm chilling, facing myself so I can see this whole thing. And man, I must 5 minutes, 6 minutes go by. I'm in there shitting it up good, you know. And now I was smart enough. I had it on mute.
Oh, okay.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
So
I
don't hear your shit.
Yeah.
Your mom don't hear your shit. Okay.
Because I know that when you check in, when people come in, you can hear them check in.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I'm saying? So I muted it, and man, I'm getting it in. Just, just you know what I'm saying? So I'm done. It's time to wipe, and I'm doing my thing. I'm in the process of wiping. And all of a sudden, I get
and that's back in the time when everybody had plenty of toilet paper, not like now. But, so you wipe it.
There's no shortage. I'm using way more than I should have. I'm wasting toilet paper.
Pre-corona toilet paper.
Oh man, this is a good shit. Let me tell you. So, I'm watching the video in the middle. I get a call mid wipe. You know what I'm saying? And it says it's my mom. I'm like, what the fuck she calling for?
She on the conference. Why is she calling?
Yeah, why is she calling? So I pick up the phone and she's like, D, everybody can see you. I said, what, Ma? What you talking about? What? And she said, everybody can see you. And I look at the camera and realize it's but you know, I'm looking like I can't see nobody else how they see me. But keep in mind, I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
I later realized that if you pull it up on the computer, you have a main screen. You can see all the little ones on the bottom.
All the little boxes.
Yeah, so she is tripping. Hang up, get off the phone. Hang up. So I immediately I slapped the phone down so it's facing the ceiling once it hung up, and I just hang up the call, you know. And so she was tripping. She called me later, and she's snapping out. Hey, what the hell were you thinking? And this. I had people from church. I had this person on, you know, and this. I'm like, oh man. I was like, what? Did you get any people to sign up? And she's like, yeah, we got a few. I said, hey, we should do it again sometime. She said, don't you play with me like that. And she's like, don't you? She was pissed, but she got over it, and we laughed after it like 2 or 3 days later, but she was pissed.
I bet. But wasn't there one point you got up to like wipe and you turned?
Oh yeah. I'm facing. Oh yeah. See the details.
Yeah, I remember that part. I remember you got up and you turned.
I'm facing straight. Look, I'm right in the camera. I'm right in the camera. I remember like 5 minutes later or something, I also got a call from Ruh, from our cousin.
Oh, he was on it? He was on the call?
I don't remember the specific. I don't know if he was or my auntie was on, but something immediately after he had called about it too and then mentioned it. I don't remember. We're gonna have to listen to the first podcast or call one of them and find out what happened. But oh man, that was one of the craziest. Yeah, that was funny. That was one of the craziest stories, definitely. Dude, but I do have one that happened very recently that may even top it.
What happened?
I can't believe. I never thought that there would be a story that could come close to that with, you know, mom and the church and all, and just My dick just right in the like. How can you top that? I'm shitting in front of 30 people. Got my dick in front of 30 people that not just random people across the world that have to come into this site.
These are selected.
These are selected by my mother.
Yeah,
who she's already introduced as. This is my son.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like who'd have thought that I could have ever come up with one that tops it? And hey, yet I did.
So what happened?
Well, I don't know if it tops, but it's definitely on par.
What happened recently?
Okay, so we're gonna have to get you got a phone number or a hotline set up yet? Because we're gonna need some viewer participation.
I don't got
calls
one
and which one is
I don't got one yet. I don't got one yet.
Right, so after the release of this initially, you're gonna have to re-release this once we have a hotline so we can get viewer input. To see if it's on par or more embarrassing.
Okay. No, yeah. People will tell me on Instagram. People DM me all the time.
Okay, that's what's
Lobo
up.
Den, LOBON, Instagram, Facebook. It's all right.
Okay, well, excuse me, everyone. I'm gonna need to get some water for this one.
Yeah. We got water. We got everybody stay hydrated during. Actually, I heard tea is good. Hot tea is good during the Rona.
I don't fuck with tea.
Oh, you don't fuck with tea or hot water?
Nothing.
Coffee?
No.
Nothing.
Water and
I do room temperature
and fat
water.
stuff.
Huh? And
fat stuff.
like what?
Stuff with sugar. I drink juices too all night. I like, but anything with,
I've been eating a lot. I've been eating a lot since I've been home a lot more. So today or yesterday, I cut out gluten. So I'm not having any bread. Mm-hmm. And I'm only having like maybe some corn chips tortilla. Like I had some just because, man, I've been gaining weight the last week. Right. All I've been doing is eating like shitty food all week.
But shit, you're a lot smaller than I remember you being.
Oh yeah. I think.
But shit, come get it in with us over here. You see, we got the gym out.
Oh yeah,
now,
we got a little gym set up over here.
I just started the insanity yesterday. On top, man, I just started that yesterday.
Remember you doing the runs? You were doing all those runs that you were running at. Yeah, so, you were running like every day, right? Like a few miles a day on that Nike app. On that Nike app, right? Mm-hmm. No, last summer I almost ran a full marathon.
Really?
By myself.
That's fucking
And
impressive.
then this, I don't know what happened this year. I did over there. By the way, I went all the way past Zion. I went down the path. I got like to 24 miles, I think.
Wow.
And then I was almost back and I had to go back into Lions Woods and do like an hour more running and I would have got like the full whatever for the marathon.
You fucking stopped?
I stopped.
You fucking stopped?
I didn't know. I stopped. And then I guess when you stop, what happens is my fucking everything froze up on me. And then I couldn't move. And I was just like, and then I just limped to my house for like 30 minutes all disappointed. But
oh, wow.
But after Rona,
that's still impressive.
I'll try it. But so what happened?
Even when I was doing 5 miles a day, I was never prepared to even attempt to push my body a little.
It was little by little. Like I do. That's how I say it was like 5 miles. Mm-hmm. You know what? Me and Noah started walking at the woods. That's how it started. I'd be impatient walking, so I'd walk and run, and then run. And slowly, a mile, then 2 miles, then 3. Then I would do 3. Then the next day I would try to do 4. Then the next weekend, I tried to do 5 and 6. And there were points where I was doing like one time I did 16, and I was like, "Wow, holy shit! I could probably try to run a marathon." And my cousin was signed up for it, and she's like, "Can you sign up?" But it was like 100. It was like I don't know 100, whatever it is. It's money to sign up, and I was like, what do I need to sign up for? I could do this by myself. So I trained or whatever, and then that day it rained a little bit. I had like a water pack and I brought like these salt tablets and I went. Well, what kind of messed me up is when you get to Kenosha, the trail, for about 6 miles, it turns into concrete. No, it turns into concrete. And I was wearing like those minimalist shoes, you know what I mean? Like these, you know what I mean? They don't have a sole. They're like, kind of like the barefoot style shoe. And that kind of messed me up on the concrete. I didn't realize it because everything's trail I run on.
Gotcha.
So concrete, you need something with a little bit more support, and I didn't have that. So then, but on the way, man, I did drink a little bit the night before because it was Karina's birthday. We went out to some Asian place, Tao or something, and I remember I was like, I got up and I was like, fuck it. Today's the day I said I was going to run it, so I'm going to run it. So I got my gear, got on the rail, but then, 24 miles. My fucking shit just...
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it froze.
Now, had you signed up for the marathon and you'd have paid that little bill, you'd have finished.
Oh, I would have, there's people there watching, because I'm by myself, you know what I mean? It's like...
But that's super impressive. That's mad props either way, doing that. Like I said, the most I've ever done in a single run, like nonstop, I think is like 7 miles.
Yeah.
But then again, I never really pushed.
If you can do the 7, you can get to it slowly, but you can get there. You know what I mean?
So I started again like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I bought the treadmill. Decided to start again, and So I got up to 5 miles for about 3 days, and
That's not bad on a treadmill because to me, I feel it's harder on a treadmill. I can do longer outside.
yeah, I don't know. I have periods where I favor both. So I don't know.
So what's this this news story?
Okay. All right. So the news story. So this chick I've been trying to get at for a while, right? So like a long time.
Okay. We all got one of those.
Like a long time.
Yeah,
right?
we all got one of those.
Man, shit, I ain't never get no play, and it's cool. For whatever reason, our paths crossed, and you know what I'm saying, we was just coming to just hang out. You know what I'm talking about? My fucking motherfucking come over there one night, and we blowing good. Got some A1. I don't know what I had. It was several names.
One of those strains.
Yeah, but man, we getting it in. And motherfucking doing a little bit of drinking.
Okay. What are you drinking?
A little bit more than a little bit of drinking.
Okay.
Let me see. She normally has peach crown, or could have been the Patron, or could have. Well, she also has black. I don't know. Okay. I don't remember what it was. All right. But this is. Now you know I'm not much of a drinker. You've been out several times.
No, we always tell this thing with D. When D drinks with us, we're like, hey D, don't be careful, don't drink too much, because then we drink a lot. Well, I used to, right? And then you would drink. You're more of a smoker, and you start drinking kind of at our level, and then
trying to,
and then you're gone.
See, now here's
we
the
lose
thing.
you.
Now here's the thing. Now I gotta explain. All right, so the thing is, I've always been. Now, I haven't been much of a drinker. Back in the day, I'd drink, 40, or, when we was young, getting them from the, or, you know what I'm saying, or hard liquor, but I've always...
You drink it straight.
Yeah, I've always drank my liquor
we drink
straight.
with mixers.
So these guys, they have cups, mixed drinks, and that drink can last some 45 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And I got a cup over here with just straight hen or straight black label.
Black label. We drink a lot of black label.
And then every time somebody shows up, then, hey, let's take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I just had 6 in the last 20 minutes, and here go everybody else. Everyone else still sipping out their mixed cup. But now I'm on number 7, number 8. Man, look, I can't hang very long, but that's why. So shortly thereafter, there's tons of stories and pictures and videos of, from New Orleans or whatever. When I do this, I end up naked in the bathtub, or just just nothing good ever comes from it. And you know what I'm saying, or pictures of me just laying in a puddle of vomit, just sleep, like just disgusting. Just it's always bad.
Okay, it's always bad.
So now recently, since I've been single over these past couple months, now I'm starting to mingle a little bit more.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? So shit, I've been feeling myself a little bit. Been drinking, but I had a little chick over, and she kind of taught me how to drink. I mean, I guess I just had to be open-minded.
Are you using a mixer now? Are you not drinking straight?
Yeah, so I guess she didn't really teach me. Everyone else does it. I was just so against it and feeling like a bitch if I had a mixed drink. Yeah. But how am I argue with a bitch that's trying to give me one? Like, all right, go ahead, baby, make me a drink. You know what I'm talking about? So shit. So she made me this drink, and man, it had a lot of hen in it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of hen. Mixed it with some Red Bull the first time. Shit. Man, I'm talking about I'm down in this thing, and I've seen how much hen was in it. I had a.
But you think it's weak? You think there wasn't enough in it? Because of the taste.
Yeah, look, I didn't buy a fifth. I went and got the 1.75.
Oh, the handle.
Yeah. Look, this night with just me and her. Now, he may have had a small shot or a little cup or something like that. Just me and her, we had about 65% of this bottle. Okay. And this is me included. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I wouldn't be able to hang with one person on the fifth. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we down in this shit. And man, so like, and I'm really amazed. I don't know. It could be the environment we was in, you know, as music. I don't know what it was, but you know, we're always in there, and I can never hang for whatever reason. I'm with it, and I'm, man, give me another one. Give me another one. I'm throwing these bitches back. You know what I'm talking about? And hey, look, when it was showtime, motherfucker was feeling like Superman. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm like, damn, hold up. I may have found the key. I mean, you know, I'm sure you got women listeners here as well and shit, you know, man, we can't always perform at a level expected, especially when there's different things involved like anxiety or anticipation, all these things.
Do you know what I started doing? In case I do, because I do cocaine now sometimes. So if I'm going to do too much coke, I start buying these gas station dick pills. This one's called Good Morning. So I keep just one on me if I'm going to do coke or do drugs, just in case.
Okay.
So I keep it's not, instead of, you know, cyanide, I have it here. Just in case I feel like, all right, I'm going to drink too much or something, I'll pop one. Especially if it's a new chick, you know what I mean?
How effective is it?
This one works fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, check this out. So, like I say, now another thing after, I'm going to digress for a second, remember where I'm at. But
so right now, you start feeling yourself is where we're at.
So I'm going to digress just a little bit. So I think after I did start feeling myself and looking at things differently with this, I had to do a little deeper self-reflection and realizing being in the relationship I was with for the longest time.
Yeah, for a minute.
I mean, yeah, it's good, but at the same time, like, you ain't got no need to try to impress a motherfucker or whatever the case is. So I guess once I really thought about it, I guess it came down to being selfish.
Okay.
And even without realizing, I guess I just become selfish. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me get mine and be on my way. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that shit with a new bitch. She ain't gonna fuck with you again.
Nope.
I mean, not if you're trying to fuck with her.
Yeah,
again,
you gotta the first time you gotta
you gotta come with it.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
especially new ones too. New ones, and they'll tell her friends, and then eventually, you know what I mean, you can get you can get to their friends if she puts in a good word. So that first time, it's kind of important, with a new one,
So I was already lightweight concerned when it came down to this. You know, this is all the eureka moment when I'm realizing that this is all. So I'm a little bit concerned at this point, pre-performance, as to how this is going to affect me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, I hope you don't just throw up on this bitch, and you know what I'm saying? I hope you don't just pass out in the middle. It's never been good. And now I've seen, before I go in the room, I see how much is gone. I'm like, whoa. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, fuck it, let's get with it. Motherfucking come down to, like I say, show time, nigga. I'm showing out. Boy, I'm showing out. You know what I'm saying? And so next day, I'm feeling myself, and I'm thinking about how to liquor. I'm like, man, is this it? Is this like so? So now, anytime somebody come over, you know what I'm talking about, I want to make sure I'm making sure I got a bottle. Yeah. Even if it's just a prospect, look, I'm coming with it. Look, I don't even know how it's going, but I'm making sure I'm ready. And you know what I'm saying? And I did find out after about 4 or 5 of these sessions, that's not necessarily the case. You know what I'm saying? But then again, a couple was, you know, I guess it could. All right, anyway. So, brings me to the point of the story. Okay. So now I'm already feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? And this is potential at this point. You know what I'm saying? Nothing sealed, ain't nothing promised, ain't even necessarily even looking like it's going that way. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, we on some come by, chills, kind of late type shit, smoke. All right, let's see what happens. You know, so motherfucker head over there, we blowing real good, drinking real good, feeling real good. And all I know is, I'm really, really disappointed. Bottom line is, everyone wants to know, no, I didn't hit. No, I didn't hit. It did not. But I remember I started kind of getting into I'm so fucked up. I'm so fucked up. Like, I'm actually like, we in here at the point, like, we in here rolling in her room, in her bed. You know what I'm saying? Got the train. So it's looking pretty good, you know, as far as, you know what I'm saying? And just maybe just one blunt too much. Sure, I don't know, but maybe just a little low. But man, so I'm lightweight, lightweight, caked up, spooning while we smoke.
Okay,
so I got intentions.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Coming on in, trying to go for the kill. And all I know is I just remember, like, if it was a movie, you would just see the go black and open up, like the eyes blinking.
Okay.
You would just see my hand moving on her thigh for a second, see the screen go black, see it open back up. And I'm wiping my mouth from drool, like, damn, all right, I must have been asleep for like 20 something. Start rubbing again a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker. All right. Next thing I know, I wake. Nah, I didn't even wake up. Y'all ready for this shit? I don't think y'all ready for this shit. Y'all not ready for this shit. So keep in mind, I'm trying to tag this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I've never had an opportunity. This is as close an opportunity as ever.
You've been trying for a while.
And I fall asleep. Damn. Already, that's just horrible. That's already, like, fell asleep. Bad enough. Like, all right, the story could end there. Like, you're a fucking loser. Put a big L, take the walk of shame. Like, well, yeah, okay, that's a shitty story. You're a shitty ass, non-pussy ass, getting ass dude. That's bad enough. That's not the end of the story. So I'm woken up by this individual. I don't know, it's like 7 a.m.
Okay.
And I hear her say, D. And I'm really discombobulated. Like, I just fell asleep like maybe an hour and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? And D. And I get up, I'm really discombobulated. Like, I'm really not, she's kind of like over me. And guess what she says? She says, did you piss on me?
Damn.
And I'm look up at her, I'm thinking, like, this bitch is tripping. Like, hell no, I ain't pissed. What the fuck you talking? And I look down, I feel the side of my leg, and the side of my leg is wet than the motherfucker.
Damn.
And I'm like, oh shit, I done pissed on this, and I'm still really discombobulated. So, like, I'm realizing it, but I'm not really making any effort to move or get out of bed, like nothing. Like, I'm just really out of it. You know what I'm saying? And she jumps up. She's like, oh, I'm finna go jump in the shower. And, you know, it took me about a minute or two to actually kind of I'm starting to take all this shit off the bed. I can't believe this shit.
Yeah.
Now, what's worse is it's probably like 15 degrees outside. I didn't plan on staying here. Had no clothes. No drawers, no pants, no nothing. And at this point, now I fell asleep in my clothes. I didn't get to the point where I'm taking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then couldn't be so aggressive as to just assume when we ain't even been on this level, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't just jump in the bed in my drawers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about, like, damn, I need to shower. So I'm taking all this shit off the bed. She jump out and she's like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go wash. I'm like, here, I go take it. Like, let me wash this shit. She's like, I'm gonna wash. She like, you know. So she's like, nah. I got mad. Look, I just had to dip. Look, I didn't say bye or nothing. I don't think.
You just got to go at that point, really.
In my pissy clothes, I reach outside. It is freezing. And the car's been there all night. I get in the car, the leather seats. And I'm talking about, after being out there like 2 minutes, I'm feeling the piss on my legs starting to crystallize. It's getting hard. It's getting hard. I am free. I ain't got no coat. I am fucked.
You got the
up
piss
right
walk
now.
of shame.
Oh man, I come home, run straight in the shower, change. I'm just like, damn. I'm never talking to this bitch again.
No.
And the rest is history.
Oh man, dude, let me try to think. I've been pissed on. I've woken up in somebody else's urine once.
Yeah.
In a basement. I remember this girl, she would always pee herself. She was a big drunk too. And then I remember one time I woke up and I was like, what is that? It was pee. And more recently, I went out to drink. I think it was this place that closed down here, Bumble. Did you ever go to Bumble?
Nah, you know I don't be racking.
No,
I don't be
you
going
never,
out.
you never come out. Like you came to Clark's once or something like that, right?
Yeah, I come there. Every
But you
now
never
and
went to,
then.
yeah, because
I'm not a very. I mean, I'm a social person. But I'm not
That
with going out.
yeah.
And I don't dance. So I don't need to. I mean, the music's cool, but shit, I could do that shit at the crib and can buy a bottle instead of spending $100 on 7 drinks there. Look, I could have me 15 drinks for $40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
fuck that.
that night. I remember I got really wasted, and I remember there was a girl. Actually, the next this happened to you. You wake up and you look at your phone, and then there's pictures on your phone that you didn't remember taking. That was me and this girl. Were like 2 pictures where I'm taking a picture. I'm taking with her. I don't remember. Actually, I'm trying to have her on the podcast now, but at that time I didn't even know her. I just woke up and I was like, what the fuck did I take?
Who's this?
And then I'll show you after.
Yeah, it's never happened to me.
No, that's it. And then I remember I went to sleep at the house in the Z. And then I got up and I was like, oh shit, I had to go, right? And then I'm at work and I'm thinking, man, I think I spilled water on myself, right? And then I realized, and then calls me, I was like, dude, there's piss all over the bed. I pissed myself. And I was at work and I was because I just I got up and I went straight to work and I was like, I didn't realize it. I thought it was just water. It must have been a Sunday night we're drinking. And then I'm like, and I have a fanny pack. So I covered it the rest of the day and I went to the bathroom and I tried to, but I had piss pants all day. I fucking worked. So, and I didn't even realize. So I went to the bathroom. I tried to cover up. Yeah. But that's one of the few times I peed myself. I don't know. I'm not sure why.
Shit, I have like 4 stories, like none like that where I've like pissed on a bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's just the last straw.
No, I peed on somebody. What was I was gonna ask you about New Orleans. How long you lived in New Orleans for like a year or 2, right? Mm-hmm. So after Katrina, you guys went down to work to do rehab work, right?
Yeah.
And then I know there was some stuff. What happened down in New Orleans? Something about somebing. About the Lee Market. Something about a flea market. Were you guys living in a flea market?
Oh yeah. That was our second or third place when we went out there. So that was on the West Bank in Algiers.
Okay.
And we found this guy, big house, and ended up renting this shit. I remember him mentioning something about on the weekend you'll see me or something, but we wasn't much listening. Mm-hmm. All I remember is we had been out there a minute at this point, maybe 6 months. So I got this little chick I was messing with at the time, Kiera. Shout out, Kiera. What's up, mom? No, I'm just playing. But so she over there at the crib, and I sleep with the window open and something,
That's not the girl that got pimped, right?
Nah.
No, okay. All right.
Nah, damn, kid. All right, so fucking wake up the next morning. I got her over here. I got the window open. I'm hearing all this noise outside. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I said, she was like, I think somebody here. I jump out of the bed. I look out the window. I see all kind of tables, all kind of cars, all kind of people just on the property now where we're at.
Where you guys are staying?
Yeah, so this house, it was just like on all gravel. Like probably had like 2 acres of just gravel and just this house, just on the middle of the corner right off the expressway. You know what I'm saying? And so wake up this morning, it's a whole fucking flea market out here the next morning. Like just a whole flea
in front
market.
of the house?
We're in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? So the dude that owned the house, he's the one that runs the flea market or whatever. So we made a little money off that eventually. We started putting our heads together like, look, we need to start cooking or something, get some money off this. And we did, and we was making plates, steel mail, make the arroz con gandules, motherfucking me, Ra.
How many of you were in the house?
Let me see. Me, Ra, Theo, somebody else was there. At least one more. At least 4 of us at the time. And then later on, the others. But yeah, so it was about 4 of us at the time, and we started cooking there and started selling the food. We're making a little decent money too, and they shut us down quick though because we ain't had no permits.
Oh, okay.
Like that. But yeah, that was fucked up. But man, New Orleans, that was probably definitely one of the most memorable experiences.
How long were you in New Orleans? Like 2 years?
About 2 years, yeah. I'm not sure exactly because a lot of it, or periods here and there, I was in jail. And
New Orleans too?
On some bullshit. That's when.
Why'd you get locked? I don't remember you got locked up in New Orleans. I don't remember that.
Yeah, twice. So the first time
Here goes the mic,
okay. So the first time I was with DeMonte.
Okay. He was down there too? Okay.
He had came out there at this point. And at this point, me and DeMonte, we were staying, Irv at a house, you know, in Marietta or Metairie, whichever one was in the, and so he's about 20 minutes away, and we were 5 minutes down from Bourbon Street.
Okay.
We were right off a canal in this high-rise hotel. Now, the whole bottom of the hotel was like not being rented out or used or anything like that, just the upper floors.
Okay.
And so every night, me and DeMonte, after getting off work, we go hit Bourbon Street. It's right here. We, you know, go up there, get fucked up. And one night we walking down the street. We're on the right side of the street and walking down. You know, on both sides of the street, there's several bars and / mini clubs, whatever, you know, all the way down. So we walking down, and on the left side of the street, walking the same direction as us, there's this Mexican dude walking, and this white boy just stole on him. Just, and we don't know what happened or what caused, but he's walking kind of at the same pace as us, whatever, kind of bumps, whatever, stops 1 second, all we just see dude just fire on his ass, just bow. And, you know, we kind of drunk, and I'm rolling, I'm dying. So, you know, we still walking, but after dude got fired on, he ain't trying to fight back or nothing. He's still walking kind of the same pace as us. So we still.
The Mexican dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm laughing, and I'm pointing at him and everything. He seen me pointing and laughing at him and shit. So he go in his ways, he pull out a knife. You know, so he just flashed it to me. I'm in no immediate danger. I'm across the street. You know what I'm saying? But I've been drinking. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker pulled his knife out. I'm on some other shit. You know, so now I'm walking over toward the street, talking, fuck you, I'll get on there. Fuck you, hey, I ain't scared of your knife, bitch. nigga, fuck you, soft ass, you know, talking, coming up, and I'm walking up rather aggressively. And now I'm maybe like 10 feet away from him, walking, I'm still talking loud and walking up real fast, and I felt a slap across my chest, hard as fuck. And I turn around, I cock back, and I turn around, I see it's a cop. I put my arm down real quick. I was finna fire on his ass because he just slapped his shit off my chest. I don't know where it came from. I was finna fire on his ass. So fucking, I see it's the cop. All right, I put my arm down, calm down. He talking about, hey, you know, this, and then he started giving me some bullshit, and I'm drunk. I'm telling him, like, man, look, I'm trying to defend myself. That was a bullshit. He like, what? I was like, man, this motherfucker pulled a knife on me. I'm defending myself. He's like, well, I didn't see that. Well, fuck that. Man, let me go. I'm trying to go. So he grabbed me, kind of like detained me slightly for a second. At this point, I thought I calmed down. DeMonte tells me a different story. He said I was, you was real belligerent. Like, you wasn't trying to hear shit he was talking about. So.
Because in your head, you're like, you already calmed down. You chilled out.
So next thing I know, I'm on the ground. And
maybe you didn't calm down.
I'm on the ground getting hit with billy clubs, nigga.
Old school.
On my daughter, getting hit with billy clubs. And I see like two more running up. I'm just getting whacked. Only on my legs, and you know, not on my torso, just on my lower half. And I see DeMonte start running up. A cop swooped him from behind. Look, I'm watching it. Look, this motherfucker has the billy club around his neck, and you know DeMonte's short. He's his feet are dangling from the ground. His feet are not touching the ground. Yeah. So the cop is behind him with the billy club underneath DeMonte's neck, lifting him up when he started running up. You know what I'm saying? Not that he was necessarily gonna do nothing, but he just running like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker got him choked up and dangling. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over here getting my ass whooped. I look up at him. I say, hey, folks, hey, don't trip. Be cool. We finna get paid. I'm talking big shit. I'm talking big shit. I'm on bourbon. I'm getting my ass whooped. There's a million witnesses. I'm getting my ass whooped. Not like a motherfucking couple cops just punched me. Billy clubs are involved. You know what I'm talking about? I'm getting Rodney King. I mean, not to that degree, but I'm getting my ass whooped. I thought it was like 2 or 3. He swear up and down it was like 7. Nah, G, you was down there curled up in the fetal position. You ain't see. He was like, I saw, nigga. It was like 7. I still think he was exaggerating, but I can't argue with him when he the one outside looking in. But nonetheless, so I tell him, I was like, hey, fo, don't trip. We finna get paid. So they stop with my ass. The cop grabs me up. He pulls me real close to his face, and he whispers in my ear. He said, "I'd be real careful what you talking or what you saying." He's like, "There's a million empty homes out here, and it wouldn't be hard to get rid of your body."
Damn.
That's what this is what the New Orleans police officer told me. I shut the fuck up, quick, fast, in a hurry, Joe. I swear to God, I wasn't talking about. I wasn't about nothing. I mean, on top of that, I just got my ass whooped. But look, if you'd have just told me that in the first place, I'd have shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so check this out. So. Motherfucker, they kept me in there for about 2 weeks. I ain't get no calls. I ain't get nothing. I wasn't booked. I wasn't charged with anything.
Nah.
These motherfuckers came in there, forced me to ice and shit. You know, I'm talking about I'm gonna get paid and all that. These motherfuckers forced me to ice up and heal up shit. Yeah. And like I said, they didn't get me in the face or anything. It was real methodical. I don't know how they had to.
Now you think
like,
about it,
it's like damn, they must do this shit. This can't be like this just happened like this. Like
I'm
not the first one.
You know what I'm saying? Leg where they can heal you up.
Like in 5 or 6, one of them would have got me in the face. Look, it's crowded down here. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, this ain't the first time this shit's happened. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers waited till I healed up and released me. No charges, nothing. That shit was crazy as fuck, Joe. So the second time I'm out here, living in that hotel, and this is the first time I was on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be on some Scarface guy. I mean, shit. This town is in ruins, and look, everybody out here now. It's not like I'm bringing down the community. There ain't nobody here from here right now. Everybody here is workers coming out here, and everybody. I'm seeing all this money and minimal risk, really, with the people with just how much the workers that just in our camp. Is fucking with shit, you know what I'm saying?
Especially like
every
construction
Friday.
workers, a lot of Mexicans, or what is it?
Yeah, so I'm saying every Friday, just the in-house workers, you know, on Friday, these motherfuckers, this motherfucker 200, 300, I'm like, man, hold up, now, I ain't trying to, you know, I ain't about that dope life, I ain't trying to, but shit, look, this is, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gotta look for no customers, this is all in-house, I know when everybody get paid, and they all look, man, look, I'd be a fool not to do it, you know what I'm saying? So motherfucker, man, I'm talking about without going looking for nobody. I had never look. I had to get schooled on the game. How do I weigh this shit? How much go with this? All this, man. I'm talking about getting caked the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, at this point, living in this hotel, has his house. He just called. I just re-upped.
Okay.
So I got some green. I got some coke, and I don't know if I had hard or if I was whatever the case was. But motherfucking got all this shit on this big dumbass mirror on the bed in the hotel room, and starting to, you know, break it down, do what I do. Get a call from telling me he's on the way. So he's on the way. 20 minutes go by, I hear. You know, hear that shit at the door. I'm on the phone at the time, and I'm talking to someone. I can't remember, but I do remember saying this. Whoever I was talking to, I'm saying, yeah, whatever. Yes, I'm finna come over here right now. And then I hear the bang, and I remember saying this. I'm walking to the door. I was like, and I'm opening the door as I'm saying this. And I'm saying, here go this little bitch right here. I open the door. It's an MP with a pistol in my head.
Damn.
And he says, I ain't your bitch. He got a now, at the time, the military police, they would go around at night and kind of patrol the areas, and they would come through the hotel. This wasn't nothing new. They would come to the hotel every day and go and do a floor-by-floor sweep. They wouldn't knock on any doors. But I guess we was blowing way too much in this bitch, and it just had the whole hall reeking. This is why I drew the attention to it. But I hadn't even considered that the sweep hadn't been done yet. Okay. You know, I'm just on some, look, I'm caked up, bitch. That's some bullshit. So I opened the door. This motherfucker got a gun to my head. He said, I ain't your bitch. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, I had a blunt in my hand. I dropped that motherfucker. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm just like froze. Now, fortunately, where the entrance was, it was like this. So this wall was extended all the way down here. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't see.
So kind of like a hallway, kind of like
Yeah,
blocks it a
so,
little
so
bit.
you couldn't see where the room opened up. You can see the end of the second bed, but you can't see any of the first and most of the second from right there. So, you know, D, he hears this shit and what's going on and kind of peeked over, and he quickly, you know, tossed all this shit in the pillowcase.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's mess, but he just tossed it all in there, you know what I'm saying? And they come, it's some shit on the mirror and shit, whatever, but they coming because the smell of the weed, and now because my dumb ass opened the door, you know what I'm saying? I could have just, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case is, but this not like motherfucker was coming looking for me because I had this, so it's not like they was going through now looking for everything. They see that I had this a little bag here and that, and this what they booked me with and whatever. But anyway, so with that and the little coke residue, whatever, however much they had, it wasn't much, but you couldn't get it all. But you know, either way, at this time, that shit was fucked up. So the jails is overcrowded. So they had these big dumbass tents out there, big dumbass tents. I want to say they housed like, what was it, maybe like 180, 190 inmates in these big tents. So inside these tents, they had rows and rows of bunk beds.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
FEMA camp.
Yeah, really. But I mean, you think like, all right, so damn, y'all niggas was locked up in the tent. No, I couldn't break it. I mean, it ain't that sweet though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, it's still fenced around. Still got.
This ain't no quinceañera or something.
You can think it's sweet if you want to. Get your ass shot. But so I'm there and like, damn, didn't have a court date for. Like, shit is fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so far pushed. Anyway, they ended up letting me go after like 4.5 months and just gave me like time served or something like that, even though it hadn't officially, it was overcrowded. They needed to release people, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. So they just released me with, you know what I'm saying, and before then it was already dropped to a misdemeanor, you know what I'm saying? So I think I was looking at like 8 or 9, like 9 months or something like that. Or I did less than what it was still even it had. You know what I'm saying? But
so you did 4 months there?
Yeah, like 4.
How was it in there? It was in a tent? So
yeah.
you were, so was it outside or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm. I mean, it don't seem like it. I mean, it's heat. If you didn't know you were in the tent, you would like, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't know you were in the tent. Like, motherfuckers still had like poured concrete and had motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, all this shit around it, and still had, you know what I'm saying, but that shit was crazy. That's when I went bald in there, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you still had your hair before you went to the...
Yeah. I went bald in there playing cards, and at the time, I had decided to go ahead and cut my... Actually, I had already cut my hair. I wasn't bald, but I had already cut the braids and all that shit. I had already cut that off. But being in jail and sitting this time, just a bitch always trying to go over there, get your hair cut and whatever the case is, and you know, and so I got this shit from commissary, this magic shave shit. It's a depilatory cream. So it's essentially
like a Nair?
Like Nair, yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I had put this shit on my head, you know, a week or so after the last time I had shaved it. And put this on my head, and it tells you, leave it on for 5 to 6 minutes, or until I'm sitting there playing spades. We getting it in good, whooping that ass, though. You know what I'm saying? And man, I must have played 4, 5 hands. You know what I'm saying? Redealing, shuffling, going through all this shit. I want to make sure this shit coming off. Okay. I had kept out the fact that I had tried this once before, and when I wiped it all off, I still had a couple little stubble patches and shit, that I couldn't get out. So I'm like, all right, I'll leave it on long. All of a sudden, in the middle of one of these games, my shit I had felt it tingling a little bit before, but now this shit is burning. I'm like, man, hold up, Joe. I got to go get this. So I go get a rag, a wet towel, and I go to wipe this shit off my head. and there's skin and blood, and this shit, it's burning like a bitch when I'm wiping this shit off. There's the skin and blood coming out, like it
How
burned.
long did you
shit.
have this on, dude?
15, 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And so since then, and that's why I was forced to go bald, because now my hair still grows all around here, but it'll get like patches up here. It doesn't grow in full up here anymore.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, it makes me wonder. Now I thought that I would end up going bald anyway, because my dad is bald, but upon further examination, I realized that he went bald from the back, and this is still grows in full. So I possibly wouldn't have even went bald, you know.
If you didn't chemically burn
my
your
hairline was slightly pushed back. That was but that was about it. But yeah, that's where I went bald.
Remember you had that dookie on your head?
That what?
That dookie on your head?
No, what happened?
Remember when I got drunk? Our friend got drunk. Our friend got really. What happened? I think I might have said this on another podcast, but he got really drunk and ended up shitting himself. So then we had to take him back to the house, and then when he got to the house, he got combative.
No, he shit himself when we was coming to the house.
Well, he shit himself at our friend's house, the Polish guy's house, right? And then he was. I said this on another podcast, so I'll summarize. Basically, he got really wasted. Right, and then he thought that all of us were fucking his now wife, right? Because he got drunk. He's like, "Tell me that." Oh, careful. He's like, "Tell me the truth. I know you guys are all fucking my at the time girlfriend." And I was like, "Dude, what the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "What the fuck?" That's like if you guys know her and they're really like, it's the furthest thing, like, you know. Furthest thing from the truth. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? He's like, tell me the truth.
Like, one, he's talking to everyone here is family, and then two, like we're all she ain't going nowhere. Like, especially it's just crazy.
It would absolutely make no sense if you knew the people, right?
Yeah, it make no sense.
So then, at one point, he's in the ground because he's fighting his brothers or something, or us, because he claims that we're fucking his girl, and then. And when he moves, when he's trying to get out of some hold because somebody's holding
this
him down.
podcast sponsored by Black Label.
Black Label. Oh yeah, that Black Label knife. So then, and that's the night. That's the night when he and he turned, shits himself, and then we can't get him to calm down. Finally, his other brother and his dad come, and then you were already there, right? Or did you come too, maybe to help us out? Or did you end up you were at the house in Zion, right?
Yeah, I was at the house. And then you guys came in.
Well, so we came in because we got the brother. We finally get in, right? And we get him in. And
so he gets my uncle and my cousin to come in and help him, grab him, and get him together, kind of try to calm him down. In the midst of this, then him and his brother get into it. Again. So now all of a sudden, that was really funny is the character, the main character of this story who did the shitting and all of this. He's a small guy. He's feisty, but he's small. Now, his brother, on the other hand, he's a very big guy. You know what I'm saying? And the older brother.
Yeah.
And little one right here, he wasn't going this night. Not this night. He thought motherfuckers was fucking his wife. And he was on one. He was turned the fuck up. He didn't give no fucks. And look, he didn't give a fuck how big you. I don't give a fuck how big you is. I'll beat your big ass. He going ham like to the. I've never seen. I mean, never, especially no one in the fact like maybe motherfuckers will argue or get to, but like this, like he was really at him to where I had to step in. And at first he let me calm him down. Then he started going to ham again, like he wanted to fight me. And I'm a big guy. I'm as big as his brother is. And I'm just like, look, calm your ass down. And he going, D, I don't give a fuck you, fuck him, fuck you off. You on this? Look, I've been look. So I'm trying to restrain him. And in the midst, his brother walks by. And now he's feeling froggy, so he decides to jump and try to leap toward him or something. And somehow, I don't know how it happened, but somehow his hand must have swiped his ass or the side of his pants, wherever some shit was at. As he's lunges for his brother, I jump in the middle, grab him, and end up with shit on my forehead and my head from his hand. I have no idea how it was. Yeah, it was
because he was naked, right, at that point.
I forgot naked. About that. This motherfucker.
So he was naked the whole time.
So that made it even crazy. I'm like turning my head, trying to like, hey, cuz, I ain't trying to hold him. Like, I ain't trying to hold his shoulders and shit. Like, hey, calm down. Yeah, that's how.
He's trying to
that's
fight
how
all
I got
naked.
the shit. Yeah, that's how. Oh yeah, Damn.
I forgot he was
I
naked.
have a
the whole
very
time.
bad memory. I smoke a whole lot of weed.
Because I remember he told us afterwards when we all went to sleep. He didn't go to sleep. We were just watching us sleeping the whole night. He told me. He told me afterwards.
That's just crazy. He was on one.
He was because he was at a wedding. He was drinking with an old man, and he went to our buddy's house. Was Polish, and he was gassing up. You know how he be gassing you up to take shots. Like, come on, another one, dude. Take a shot, dude.
Take a shot.
You know, and I know how much I drink, so I'll be like, all right, if I want a shot, I'll have one. If not, I'm like, all right, I'm not taking a shot. But he was, he went along with it. And,
got gassed up.
Oh yeah, dude, and he got gassed up. Hey, how'd you? Wow, what I was gonna say? What? When you were in New Orleans, dude, what happened with that girl in New Orleans?
Which one?
Was she living at the house with you guys? The ones that started fucking all the Mexicans?
Oh, yeah. She was living there for a minute.
But she was living with her man, right?
Yeah. Man, this fucked. Okay, yeah. So we're not going to
throw
any names
No
out
names.
there. So what's
Hypothetically.
I wonder if we should do initials. I guess we could do. I guess we could do initials.
We'll just say How about him and her? Yeah, him and her. No initials. No, him and her.
Okay, so now this is particularly fucked up because this was a friend of mine at the time who wanted to come and join in and get on some of this money that he saw we was out here getting. So shit, I tell him like, shit, if you want to come, I'll send you the cake. I'll fucking come on, look, drive the truck out here. You can fly whatever you want to do. And he decided he wanted to bring his bitch with him. You know what I'm saying? Now, who at the time, everyone in this circle was already against this ever happening. Just because of the history and knowing who this was and how she got down. And it's like, man, you talk about a pro. Like, man, look, whatever you think you know, man, look, she'll teach you something. You know what I'm saying? And look, buy and everything. She with the shits. Like, and now what's crazy is several other people in the crew have for years hit or been hitting. And there was one in particular, you know what I'm saying, Rob, shout out Rob. You know what I'm saying? Man, he was on it the most. He discovered her, so to speak. Actually, no. She discovered him.
Really?
She took his virginity.
Damn.
That's funny. That's right. I totally forgot about that. So, you know, so he already know what it was about, but and shit, like she put him on to other chicks and trying like you know, she helped open his eyes to a world that I mean he had been on to a certain level, but otherwise like you better be around me and like shit, she put a nigga on and was with the shits, you know what I'm saying? So several others robbed and put it through, ran it through, all around. And it's like somehow one day the opportunity arose we're doing him and her. So for him to get involved with her. And this was the most unlikely of the bunch, you know what I'm saying, to ever have any kind of contact. Just because he's a little more timid, you know, and soft-spoken and, you know, and she a G with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she a G with it. And like, unless he really has something to offer, she'll turn a nigga to a trick quick. You know what I'm saying? So this, I understood her perspective and jumping down in this, but I couldn't fathom how, you know, in her history, like, you were there several times where we had come in and she was just getting done sucking this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And now he's trying to wipe her out.
And now you, like, kissing her and
like,
loving
my
her.
Girl now?
This her girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was down with the shit just coming, just busting you. There was no need for all this extra shit.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean.
I've done that.
But the motherfucker wanted to secure the pussy, I guess. Like, he was scared he was going to go somewhere. So motherfuckers started trying to cake her up. And next thing we know, they're together. You know, so it was kind of a joke amongst the inner circle, but not one that's like behind your back. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is you doing? What the fuck? Is you for real? Like, nah, get the fuck back. Like, you's a simp ass dude. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing like we just behind his back type shit. Now you already know, nigga, this bitch is gonna run you. This bitch is gonna take you to the cleaners. You don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance. Like already. Like, all right, you look, you don't. This is a vet in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't stand a chance.
Don't mind me. I'm just
okay. But motherfucker did what he wanted to do. Didn't want to listen. We told him she's never gonna stop busting. I promise you, she's still busting now. While
to this day.
No, I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I don't know, but I'm
okay.
Sure.
At that time,
I'm sure.
At that time when they were together, she was still busting. You're saying, okay.
And you know, and we told him, like, you know, this shit is never gonna change. Like, why are you being like? Do you really think that you can cake out of anyone that stood a chance? This is the farthest. This is just like the unobtainable. You know what I'm saying? Like, but look, he was determined. He wanted to believe. He was determined that you know, no, I can love her, and I can love her, and she can, but and I told him in the beginning. So this is why I didn't feel bad. I did tell him like a day, like the day I found out the other day, like ain't nobody gonna stop fucking her, right? like if she, she going, and you know she's like, now granted I wasn't fucking her at the time, and a couple, I'm sure Rob was still doing his thing, I'm sure a couple others were, but I wasn't fucking her with her at the time, and nonetheless, I'm telling you, that she's still going. Okay. and now that you're doing this, I'm interested in making her go just to prove to you, wake up. So it's not like it was a secret. But he wanted to believe, so now he believed that, okay, if I come out here and get this money with y'all, I'll leave her here, she's gone forever. If I bring her out here, I can protect her. Let me see the light. So he's like, I can protect her. I can keep her from all this. Man, do you not know my family? Do you not see the house that you're coming into? Like, already after I've warned you that this will be a goal, like already you shouldn't want to be around me because you know how I get down. Like you already know. And then you want to be here with, all right, cool. And then look, my cousin, like, it's all pretty ass nigga. Like, I never met a bitch that didn't want to fuck him on sight. You know what I'm saying? Like, this the only nigga that didn't have to run game on no bitch. Like, ever. Like, I could pull him. I could pull him with the best of them, but I got to work for it. I got to go get it. Like, this motherfucker's standing in the middle of the room, wait till the bitches come to him. You know what I'm saying? And so, look. So you going to have me in the house knowing how I get down. You going to have in the house. You don't know him like that, but you still lightweight know how he get down. You still know stories at this point. You still know lightweight how you already know that you should not bring your bitch around him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if he's your friend or your family, then you ain't got to worry. But look, you don't know this nigga. He doesn't know you any loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like and shit, man. Look, my uncle's over here. Look, motherfucker, look, shit, it's going down. Motherfucker, so shit, she come down here and shit, look, I say she a vet in this game, so shit, I holler at her on the side, like, look, I know you about your bread, let's get this money. And she was with it, so shit, I started lining shit up. Some of the workers we had a little house we take them to right next door to where was living. Motherfucking shit, they knew what it was. Look, you got this amount of time. Like at this time, motherfucker, I'm coming in, ready or not. Motherfucker better have this cake, and that's what it is. So shit, man, it was running this bitch, running. So shit, now we at the crib, get to heaven. Man, look, this bitch is just going. Anybody in the crib want some, getting it. Motherfucker, I'm talking about, look, Theo like 50 at the time. Motherfucker getting ready to get in the shower. Like, D, can I have her come in the shower? Like, shit, told her one time, and after that, he just feeling himself. He just tell her anytime, like, hey, I'm going in the shower. Hey, come on. Like, look, she following. Like, motherfucker, look. The dip out, like, he didn't even end up doing the construction and shit with his life. He ended up getting like another job or something.
Oh, really?
He did for a minute, but then he ended up doing something else. To where like now you got a schedule and you gone and look, so us and your bitch know when you gone. Like so you leaving early. Look, not everybody in the house getting topped up before they go to work except you. Yeah. She coming back kissing you in the mouth and like I told you. Like I'm not gonna tell you no more. I'm not telling you no more.
You told him.
So you think this bitch? Hey, so you think this bitch? ain't working, and all of a sudden this bitch got more money than you.
Yeah,
like, all right.
That happened with a buddy of mine.
You know, if you can't figure it out, like, I don't know.
She had no job, but she had all this money, and it's like, dude, it's obvious, dude. When you see a chick like that, you know what I mean, and she ain't working, all of a sudden she has this money. It's like, look, someone's paying for it,
man,
motherfucker.
This bitch was going, and this nigga just wanted to love her.
I've been a simp. I've been there before.
And actually, you know what's fucked up is that same thing. Actually, damn, I wish I remembered the details, but I think that whole scenario kind of ended our friendship. You know, at the end.
You mean he didn't stay friends with you after you pimped up his girl? How dare he? How dare he?
I'm trying to remember what happened. Like, he just...
How did he find... Did he eventually find out?
To tell you the truth, I don't really remember how it happened. I know it had something to do with at the end of it, like, he decided he wanted to dip or something. I tell him, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? He needed a little cake. I don't remember. Whatever it was, I think he needed, like, he wanted cake for him and his bitch to get out. Like, look, I'll hook you up. Look, this bitch staying. Like, I don't know. I think that, but they ended up both going. I think he might have, like, cried to her and told her, you know, baby, I love you. Don't suck any more dicks. Don't worry about the dicks you sucked here. I still love you. And I know you just did it because I wasn't giving you enough attention. I'm going to quit. You know, so.
It's like that Boys to Men song, that lyric at the end.
No, look, what's crazy is after all this, I find out, then they ended up getting married a couple years later. And like, this nigga went to the Navy.
Damn.
Motherfucking.
She took the world tour.
Look, he went to the Navy. And now it made sense. At least at this point, I'm like, okay, that's why she got married. Because I was like, what? She married this? Nah, no way. Oh, he's in the Navy. Oh, okay, look, this bitch bought that bread, Joe. Look, she with it. Look, traveling, motherfucking, he gone, she getting paid, cash and check. Look,
medical benefits.
Like,
he's on the ship.
Like, I thought about looking her up once
I was thinking about looking her up and ask you while you were telling this. I was like, is she still around? You know what I mean? Because right now it's Corona season.
You can't get. I feel you, but you know, ain't no getting out of Lake County. You get up for a minute, you end up back. So after all this time, she damn near here somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, yeah, she was married, and yeah, that was some crazy shit to find out. But I just recently found out about 5 or 6 months ago, though. I guess they got divorced.
Oh, I wonder why.
Because yeah. Man, I know she took full advantage. She was very smart, very, very smart. She was a hoe,
yeah,
a very smart hoe. Like, I'm sure she took advantage of everything that he had to offer.
Yeah, because there's
actually, I bet you that she's the one that convinced him to go to the Navy. I bet
it
you
wouldn't surprise me.
And like, she gets to bus all day. I see what 1 weekend, 2 weekends every 3 months. Like, this bitch is getting it.
Yeah.
Like, getting it and cashing the check. Like, oh man. I mean, I'm positive that's what ended it. Either that or one day she was just like, I fixed my credit. I got a new car. I got a house. I got this other nigga. I need a man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
sip, dude.
I can't deal with listening to you cry every night.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Like,
I can only suck so much dick.
Like, oh man. Or I'm not sucking enough dick.
Yeah,
trying to hide from you now that you're out of the military.
Yeah.
I think they must have got divorced once he got out.
That's what I'm guessing here. But you feel it's easier right now? I feel this is a good time where people are more, or chicks around this Rona time, where I think it's an easier time to bust chicks that you've already busted. It's to me, I feel it's harder to bust new ones, or like a new girl, because it's like I can't take her to the bar. You can't do that progression. Oh, we're going to go to the bar first. You get comfortable in a public place, we go back to the place. Right now, it's just like coming straight to the crib. So I think it's the best time to bust chicks you've already busted because they're already comfortable and know you before. But the new ones, part of it is like, oh, I never been to your crib, and I don't want to go to your crib. And they're thinking like, oh, this motherfucker got Rona. So it's like, I think it's, if you have a stable, the old stable, I think it's a good time to round them up right now because I don't think it's hard to get. I think it's a little harder to get somebody you haven't busted before, new pussy.
Nah, well, I agree to a certain extent. I definitely agree that it's easier to bust those that you've already busted in this time.
Because they're comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Now, especially if you put on a show or put forth a little effort. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, look, they in the same boat. They looking for they getting their ducks in a row too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
they're looking at their reserves.
so, but actually, I think as far as new bitches, not as far as going out to physically meet new bitches and form this connection and get somebody new over, definitely 10 times harder.
Yeah.
100 times harder. But I'd say when it comes to like online, that now might be good for like Tinder. Well, I don't know, maybe like Tinder, like the Facebook there, whatever all of these are. Good time for all that, because now motherfuckers bored and caked up in the house anyway. So now you don't have a choice but to kind of get to know a person and actually spend a little more effort into putting, because you got nothing but time. So now you can actually kind of get to know them, make them more comfortable with you. And then if you're not far, then come over and like let them know, look, I ain't got 50 people around. You want to come chill? Just we can quarantine and chill. That's the new thing. And I'm telling you, you
want to come quarantine.
Like that quarantine and chill, type that shit out. Type it. You trying to quarantine and chill, especially you put a little time in, motherfucker, comfortable enough that we kind of got it. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going nowhere crowded, but they still want to get fucked.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think we'll end up with that.
Now that doesn't mean you're necessarily going to the first, but either way, it gets them here the first time. If they ain't trying to fuck the first time, at least get them here to get in that comfort zone with you. Let her come back again.
The quarantine show. I like that. All right. I think we're close to the end of the time. Usually I got comics here to promote stuff, but even if it was a comic, they ain't shit to promote. Everything's canceled. So I'll ask you. So again, this is Giovanni. Well, let me promote my shit. What the fuck is my shit? Lobo 9110 is on my social media. Like and subscribe to the podcast. If you want a sticker, send me your message. And Lobo Den for all the social media, and we got D over here. So I'm gonna edit this, cop this up, and fucking put it up tomorrow.
If you want D to do some more crazy shit, send some more send some suggestions out there. Maybe I piss on a bitch on purpose for the next story.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We'll put that shit on TikTok.
As you can see, I have no shame in telling my stories. So throw something out there and see if someone can scare me.
All right, DM me. All right, guys.